All right, so to start, you flatten your clay, flip it and flatten, flip it and flatten. And then you'll want to start rolling your clay. Press down fairly firmly, don't forget to flip. Your job is to make a slab that is not too thick and not too thin. In my case, I've got a little thing under here, so I have to move over a little bit. You want it to be thicker than your tool, but not as thick as your pinky. So somewhere between these two thicknesses is the right thickness for a slab of clay. If it's too thin, it will break. If it's too thick, it'll be hard to work with. Once you have it the right thickness, you decide that's pretty good, you're going to use a circle tracer. Now this one's probably a little bit too big, but I'm going to go ahead and use it and trace around your circle on the outside of your shape. Don't use it this way around because it'll just get stuck in the lid. Just use it as a tracer, okay? Then peel away your extra clay, leaving you with just your lovely circle. If it's too big, you can always kind of trim it. If there's those rough sides, you can always kind of get those off. I'm gonna make mine just a little bit smaller, using that shape that's already there as a guide to help keep it even. All right, then I'm going to re-roll my slab. So crunch that back up. If it's looking kind of cracked and dry, you can always use some of the water from the sponge to help revitalize your clay. And then you want to re-roll that. And this time the goal is to make it long and skinny because we're going to be making the wall with it. So try to keep it more like an oval shape as opposed to a circle. Gotta have some pressure on there to make it roll. So standing helps with that. Just don't forget to flip. Once you've got a fairly long piece, you're gonna take a texture and you're gonna press it into the clay. So decide which side you want, and you could go either way. And roll that into the clay. If your clay is longer than the texture sheet, just simply repeat the texture in the area that you didn't have. So now the whole thing is covered. Awesome. I'm also going to use this texture sheet to help me cut a straight line for the bottom of my structure, because that needs to be nice and straight. That is waste clay. I'll come back to that later. And then I also want to have some kind of line at the top of my structure. So I can draw any kind of line I want. I'm going to go ahead and just use a wavy line for now. Again, waste clay, all set. Oh no, I wasn't paying attention and I squashed part of my circle. Pay attention to where your pieces are that you're wanting to keep. I'm going to go ahead and keep using this, but you guys would want to maybe remake that circle. Your choice though. All right, so I'm ready to put this together. I'm just gonna do a quick dry test to make sure it's big enough. Ooh, I'm a little bit short. So I could either re-roll this and try to make it longer, or I could just make my circle a little smaller. And for me, that's gonna be the better option, just for time here. Make my circle a little smaller. Again, waste clay. Ooh, that kind of turned out funny. There we go. Okay, check the size. See, now it's plenty big. So I'm going to go ahead and lay these together and do a nice little vertical cut so that they now match up. Very nice. And I want to score and slip these together. So step one, I'm gonna rough up my clay edges here.